My friend, you have been told that life is a matter of fate, that you must accept what comes and endure what is given. But I tell you now, life is not happening to you, it is happening through you. The world you see is not separate from your mind. It is the direct reflection of the assumptions you hold to be true. If you feel trapped in a cycle, if you feel lost or burdened, it is only because you have continued to look at life through the same lens. But what if I told you that at this very moment you could step into a new reality? What if I told you that you do not need to wait for permission to begin again? You are not bound by your past unless you choose to be. The memories you carry, the mistakes you regret, these are only shadows, and shadows hold no power over the light. To reset your life, you must first reset your mind. Close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself, who would I be if I had no memory of my limitation? How would I feel if I were already the person I long to become? Would you walk with more confidence? Would you speak with more certainty? Would you awaken with joy instead of doubt? Then, my friend, why not begin now? Why not step into that version of yourself and claim it as yours? You see, there is a secret hidden in plain sight. The world only mirrors what you believe. It does not respond to effort. It does not react to struggle. It simply takes the shape of your convictions. So if you wish to reset your life, you must first reset your belief. Do not beg for change. Do not wait for signs. Assume the change is already complete. Walk in the confidence that all things are aligning for you. Speak with authority, act with certainty, and the unseen forces of creation will move to support you. This is your moment. This is your new beginning. Declare it now. I am reborn. I am renewed. My life is shifting in my favor. And so it is. The world you experience is not something separate from you. It is a mirror reflecting the deepest thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions you hold within your mind. Everything you see, everything you encounter is a projection of your consciousness. The circumstances of your life, the people you attract, the opportunities that come your way, or the obstacles you face, they are all shaped by what you accept as true about yourself and the world. If you desire change, it will not come from the outside, it must begin within. Most people believe they are victims of external conditions, powerless to influence the course of their lives. They think life happens to them, shaped by luck, fate, or the actions of others. But this is an illusion. The truth is far more profound. Your reality is molded by the state of your mind. If you hold on to fear, doubt, and limitation, your world will reflect those same qualities back to you. If you believe that success is difficult, you will encounter endless struggles. If you see yourself as unworthy of love, you will attract relationships that reinforce that belief. Your mind is the creator, and the world is merely the canvas upon which it paints. Look around at your life right now, every aspect of it. Your career, your finances, your relationships, your health has been shaped by the thoughts you have entertained over time. If you continue to think in the same way, you will continue to experience the same results. Nothing can change until you change your internal state. It is not enough to wish for a better life while remaining emotionally attached to your current conditions. You must dare to assume a new way of being. To shift your reality, begin by shifting your self-concept. Who do you believe yourself to be? What silent assumptions do you carry about your abilities, your worth, and what is possible for you? The answers to these questions hold the key to understanding why your life looks the way it does. If you see yourself as someone who always struggles, then struggle will follow you. If you see yourself as someone who is lucky, blessed, and abundant, life will begin to reflect that back to you. The change is not external, it is internal. Your imagination is the most powerful tool you possess. Everything that now exists first began as an idea. Every invention, every great achievement, every transformation in history began in the unseen realm of thought. You must use this same power to reshape your life. Begin to see yourself as the person you wish to become. Feel it deeply. Walk through your day as if your desires are already fulfilled. Speak, think, and act in alignment with this new version of yourself. It may feel unfamiliar at first, but persist, for the outer world must eventually conform to the inner world you persistently hold. There is no force outside of you determining your fate. There is only your consciousness, endlessly projecting itself into form. The moment you accept this truth, you reclaim your power. You are not here to react to life, you are here to create it. Change the way you think, and the world around you will change in response. This is the law. It has always been this way, and it always will be. The past holds no real power over you, except for the power you continue to give it. It exists only as a memory, a collection of thoughts stored in your mind, yet many allow it to shape their present and dictate their future. They carry the weight of old failures, past disappointments, and painful experiences, believing that these define who they are. But the truth is, you are not bound by what has already happened. The past is not an unchangeable force. Rather, it is a story you continue to tell yourself. The moment you choose to release it, you free yourself from its influence. People often believe that because they have failed before, they are destined to fail again. They assume that because something did not work out in the past, it never will. But this is an illusion. The past does not determine the future unless you allow it to. What happened yesterday, last year, or even a decade ago has no power to shape what happens next unless you continue to live in its shadow. The only thing keeping the past alive is your own focus upon it. Every time you recall a painful memory, every time you dwell on what went wrong, you are reliving that experience. You are bringing the energy of the past into the present moment, reinforcing the same emotional state, and unknowingly setting yourself up to repeat the same patterns. The mind is a powerful tool, and whatever you continuously feed it becomes your reality. If you see yourself as someone who is always struggling, who has always been rejected, who has always made mistakes, then you are reaffirming that identity. And as long as you carry that identity, life will reflect it back to you. But what if you let it go? What if you chose right now to step beyond the past and embrace a new possibility? What if you no longer allowed old failures to define who you are? You would begin to see that your history does not matter as much as your present state of mind. The only thing that truly exists is this moment. And in this moment, you have the power to redefine yourself. You are not the same person you were yesterday. Every second, every breath, you are renewed. The cells in your body are constantly regenerating, your mind is always evolving, and the future is wide open before you. The past is nothing more than a fading thought, and the sooner you recognize this, the sooner you can free yourself. This is not about forgetting or denying what has happened. It is about no longer identifying with it. You are not your past mistakes. You are not your past experiences. You are not the person who failed, suffered, or was rejected. That version of you no longer exists unless you insist on holding on to it. Release it. Detach from the old story. Refuse to let yesterday define today. Step into the new version of yourself with the certainty that you are free. Right now, in this very moment, you can decide who you want to be. You can claim a new identity, a new path, and a new future. When you do, life will shift to match the new reality you have chosen. Imagination is the most powerful tool you possess, yet few truly understand its significance. The life you experience is not separate from your inner world, it is a reflection of it. What you consistently dwell upon in your imagination becomes the blueprint for your future. Every thought, every mental picture you entertain shapes the direction of your life, whether you are aware of it or not. If you want to reset your life, you must first reset the images and assumptions in your mind. Most people live as though their circumstances are fixed, believing that external forces determine their fate. But everything you see around you was once unseen, existing first as an idea, a vision held in the mind. The same principle applies to your personal reality. The conditions of your life are not accidents, they are manifestations of what you have been habitually imagining, whether consciously or unconsciously. If you constantly picture failure, struggle, and limitation, life will mirror those beliefs back to you. If you assume things will never change, they will remain exactly as they are. To transform your reality, you must first transform your inner vision. You must become deliberate in what you choose to imagine. The images you hold in your mind are like seeds planted in the soil of your consciousness. Whatever you nurture with consistent attention will grow. If you continually dwell on past disappointments, fears, or doubts, you are feeding a future shaped by those same energies. But if you begin to cultivate new images, ones of success, joy, abundance, and fulfillment, life will gradually shift to align with them. This is not about daydreaming or idle fantasy. It is about creating with intention. You must begin to see yourself as the person you desire to be. Picture it clearly, feel it deeply. Walk through your day with the quiet assurance that what you have imagined is already taking form. Reality does not change instantly, but it must conform to the new blueprint you create within. The more persistently you hold this vision, the more natural it becomes, and soon it will harden into fact. Many dismiss imagination as something unreal, but nothing could be further from the truth. Everything in your world is first conceived in the mind before it takes shape in the physical. The only difference between those who transform their lives and those who remain stuck is the ability to control and direct their inner world. Those who achieve great things do not accept reality as fixed, they mold it through their vision. They refuse to dwell on limitations and instead choose to see possibilities. If you truly desire a fresh start, you must take control of your imagination. Begin by questioning the assumptions you have accepted as truth. Do you believe success is difficult, that love is hard to find, that happiness is reserved for others but not for you? These beliefs are shaping your experience. The moment you replace them with new assumptions, reality will begin to shift accordingly. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the creator of your reality. The images you hold today are the foundation of the life you will experience tomorrow. Change the way you see yourself, and the world around you must follow. Let imagination be the architect of the life you truly desire, and watch as reality transforms to match the vision you hold within. The secret to transforming your life is not in effort, struggle, or external validation. It is in assuming the feeling of already being the person you wish to become. This is not mere wishful thinking. It is the most powerful force at your disposal. When you embody the state of your desired self so completely that it feels natural, reality has no choice but to rearrange itself to match your new assumption. Most people believe they must first achieve something before they can feel it. They think they must have wealth before feeling wealthy, be loved before feeling love, or succeed before feeling successful. But this is an illusion. The outer world is only a reflection of the inner state. The person who waits for circumstances to change before changing their feelings will remain trapped in the same cycle. But the one who dares to feel, think, and act as if they already are what they wish to be will see the world shift in response. Living from the end means fully embodying the state of your desired reality before it physically manifests. It means stepping into the identity of the person who has already achieved what you seek. This is not pretending, it is assuming. There is a vast difference. Pretending acknowledges that you do not have it, reinforcing separation. Assuming means claiming it as already yours in consciousness. It is a quiet inner knowing, an unwavering conviction that your desired state is already a fact. When you consistently dwell in this feeling, it begins to feel natural, and what feels natural must eventually harden into reality. This is the key. Many attempt to manifest change but fail because they do not persist in their assumption long enough. They allow doubts, external conditions, or old beliefs to shake their conviction. But the truth is simple. If you persist in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, reality must conform to it. Consider an actor preparing for a role. If they truly immerse themselves in the character, they begin to think, speak, and behave as that person until it becomes second nature. Their entire presence changes. The same principle applies to you. If you desire success, embody the mindset and emotions of a successful person. How would they think? How would they move through the world? What choices would they make? The more you align with this identity, the more life reflects it back to you. Doubt is the only thing that can disrupt this process. The moment you question whether it is working, you begin to undo your progress. But when you remain steadfast, when you refuse to accept anything less than your new assumption, reality bends to meet you. The world is fluid, ever-changing, responding to the consciousness that shapes it. You do not need to wait for proof. You do not need to seek validation. You only need to live as though your desire is already fulfilled. Walk with a quiet confidence that what you have claimed in your mind is already real. Speak, think, and act from this new state, and watch as the world arranges itself to bring your assumption into physical form. Everything begins in consciousness. Assume the feeling of already being who you wish to be, and soon you will find that you are no longer assuming, you are living it. The greatest misconception about change is that it requires struggle, effort, and force. Many believe they must fight against their current reality, push through obstacles, and tirelessly work toward their desires. But true transformation does not come from strain, it comes from inner conviction. The moment you let go of resistance and trust that your desires are already fulfilled in the unseen, you step into a state where change happens effortlessly. Struggle implies separation. It suggests that what you want is distant, unavailable, or difficult to attain. But this is an illusion. The very act of struggling to achieve something affirms its absence. If you constantly strive for success, you reinforce the belief that you are not yet successful. If you chase love, You affirm that love is missing from your life. The more you struggle, the more you push your desires further away. Instead of forcing change, you must shift your inner state. You must trust that what you seek is already yours. The universe does not respond to desperation. It responds to certainty. Faith is the bridge between the unseen and the seen, between imagination and reality. When you trust in the unseen, you allow the natural unfolding of events without resistance. You no longer feel the need to control every detail, to manipulate outcomes, or to demand immediate proof. You simply rest in the knowing that what is yours will come effortlessly. Letting go of struggle does not mean inaction. It means inspired action, action that flows naturally from a place of confidence rather than fear. When you operate from faith, you no longer act out of lack. You move with purpose, knowing that everything is aligning in your favor. You no longer question whether your desires will manifest. You know they are already on their way. This quiet assurance removes all tension, all worry, all doubt. Most people resist this truth because they have been conditioned to believe that hard work and struggle are the only paths to success. They fear that if they stop pushing, they will lose everything. But look at nature. Does a tree struggle to grow? Does the sun fight to rise each morning? No, because creation is effortless. The same principle applies to your life. When you align with the natural flow rather than resist it, life unfolds with ease. Faith is the key to this alignment. Faith is not hoping or wishing, it is knowing. It is the deep, unwavering conviction that what you desire is already accomplished in the unseen. When you cultivate this level of faith, you release the need to chase, beg, or struggle. You no longer waste energy doubting, because you understand that reality will always mirror your inner state. If you want to change your life, stop fighting against what is. Instead, assume the feeling of already having what you seek. Let go of attachment to the outcome and trust that it is done. When you release resistance, you make room for miracles. You no longer carry the weight of doubt and fear, and in that space your desires flow effortlessly into your reality. The path to transformation is not through effort, but through belief. Surrender the need to struggle, embrace the power of faith, and watch as life unfolds in ways beyond your imagination. At this very moment, you hold the power to declare a new beginning. Nothing binds you to your past except your own belief in it. No circumstance, no failure, no past mistake has the power to dictate your future unless you allow it. You are free to choose, free to step into a new reality, free to declare with absolute conviction that your life has already changed. Most people wait for external proof before they believe something is possible. They wait for circumstances to improve before they feel better. They wait for opportunities to come before they believe they are successful. But this is backward thinking. The world does not change first, your inner state does. You must dare to speak your new reality into existence, to feel its truth within you, and to walk as if it is already done. Words have power. Every declaration you make shapes your world. When you say, I am successful, I am loved, I am abundant, you are not merely speaking empty words. You are setting a new foundation for your reality. Your mind begins to accept these statements as facts. And as you persist, they become natural, and what feels natural must eventually manifest. But declaration alone is not enough. You must feel it. The words you speak must carry the energy of belief, of certainty. If you declare something while doubting it in your heart, you send mixed signals to your reality. But if you speak with unshakable conviction, if you let the feeling of your new life flood your entire being, you will begin to see evidence of it unfold. This is not about pretending, it is about embodying. You are not simply hoping for a new life, you are stepping into it. You are walking as if it is already yours. How would you carry yourself if your desires were already fulfilled? How would you think, act, and move through the world? Step into that version of yourself now. Let your actions reflect the truth of your new beginning. Some will doubt you. They will look at your current circumstances and say, nothing has changed. But what they do not understand is that everything begins in the unseen. The seed is planted before the tree appears. The foundation is built before the house stands. Your new reality is forming, even if the world cannot yet see it. Do not waver. Hold firm to your declaration. Reality must conform. Daring to declare a new beginning requires courage. It means releasing old identities, old limitations, and stepping into something greater. It means no longer defining yourself by what has been, but by what you choose to become. It is a bold statement to the universe that you are no longer available for anything less than your highest vision. Right now, you have the power to decide. You can remain where you are, trapped in old stories, or you can declare with unwavering faith that your life has shifted. The choice is yours. Speak it, feel it, walk in it. And soon the world around you will have no choice but to reflect the truth of your new beginning. Your life is yours to shape. Every thought you hold, every belief you nurture, and every word you declare is molding your reality in ways you may not yet see. You are not bound by the past, nor are you at the mercy of circumstances. The power to reset your life lies within you, right now, in this very moment. When you shift your inner world, your outer world must follow. Imagination reshapes reality, and faith removes all struggle. By living from the end, by daring to walk as the person you wish to become, you summon the life you desire into existence. The universe is not withholding anything from you, it is simply reflecting your state of being. Let go of doubt, release resistance, and step boldly into your new beginning. Speak it, feel it, and trust that it is already done. The world will adjust itself to match your conviction. Thank you for allowing these words to remind you of the power you already hold. Now go forward with confidence. Your new life is waiting. There was a time when my bank account showed nothing but numbers too small to matter. I had desires, dreams, and ambitions, but the world around me seemed to say, not yet. I tried everything, work, struggle, effort, but all I found was resistance until one day I realized the truth. The world is only reflecting me. If I see lack, it is because I have spoken lack into existence. If I see delay, it is because I have assumed delay as my truth. And so, I put aside doubt, fear, and effort. Instead, I whispered 3 words. 3 simple words that shattered the illusion of limitation. I spoke them morning and night, not as a plea, but as a declaration. I spoke them as if my wealth was already here, already mine. I felt the words vibrate in my chest, radiating outwards, bending reality to match the conviction within me. Nothing outside of me mattered anymore. Days passed, then weeks. I did not check my bank account, nor did I question when or how. My only job was to remain in the knowing. Then, out of nowhere, it happened. The first opportunity came, effortless, unexpected. A deal, a connection, a flow of money I could not have predicted. And then another, until one day my reality reflected exactly what I had spoken. I said them as if the wealth was already in my hands, as if I was already the person who owned it. And because I believed, the world had no choice but to comply. This is your power. If you can assume, believe, and declare it done without wavering, without questioning, the universe must obey. So today, forget struggle, forget effort. Stand in your power and say it is done. Feel it, believe it, and then watch as the world reshapes itself to match the truth you have spoken. Every word you speak is a decree, a command shaping the unseen forces that mold your reality. You may not realize it, but the words you utter, whether in passing or with deep conviction, set the course for what appears in your life. Words are not just sounds that dissipate into the air. They are vibrations that move through the fabric of existence, calling forth circumstances, opportunities, and experiences in perfect alignment with what has been declared. Most people speak carelessly, unaware that their words are painting the canvas of their lives. They say, "I'm always broke," and reality obediently reflects their statement. They say, "Nothing ever works out for me," and the world rearranges itself to confirm that belief. But there is no magic in lack. There is only the power of assumption turned in the wrong direction. What if, instead of affirming struggle, you began to declare abundance? What if you chose your words with precision, as a master craftsman chooses his tools? To understand the true power of spoken words, you must grasp that they are not just expressions of your current state, but seeds of your future. The words you speak today will become the reality you live tomorrow. It is an immutable law. You have seen this principle in action, even if you were unaware of it. Think back to a time when you spoke of an outcome with certainty, whether good or bad, and it came to pass exactly as you had declared. That was not coincidence, that was manifestation. The subconscious mind is always listening, absorbing every word you say, taking it as an instruction. It does not distinguish between what you want and what you fear. It simply hears and obeys. When you say, "I can't afford this," your mind registers lack and ensures you remain in that state. When you say, "I am always in the right place at the right time," life begins to align in ways that confirm your words. Consider the example of those who have risen from nothing to great wealth. More often than not, they spoke their success into existence long before they saw any evidence of it. They declared their wealth when the world still called them poor. They insisted on their prosperity when reality suggested otherwise. But their words carried weight because they were spoken with belief. The key is not simply to say words, but to say them with conviction. Words that are empty of belief carry no creative power. But words spoken with faith become living things. They take shape in the unseen, drawing to you people, opportunities, and circumstances that match the reality you have declared. If you truly understood this, you would never again speak against yourself. You would never again say, "I am unlucky," or "I don't deserve success." You would refuse to use words that diminish you, limit you, or hold you back. Instead, you would speak only of what you desire as if it were already yours. You would say, "I am prosperous," even when there is no physical evidence. You would say, "Everything is working out for me," even when things seem uncertain. The external world is nothing but a mirror reflecting your inner state. It cannot show you what you have not first declared. Change your words, and you will change your life. The universe is listening, always waiting for your command. Speak wisely, for every word is a prophecy. The world around you is not fixed. It is a direct reflection of the assumptions you hold within. Everything you experience, every circumstance you encounter, is the outpicturing of your inner state. If you want to change your reality, you must first change what you assume to be true. This is the great secret. What you assume with feeling and persistence becomes your experience. You are not waiting for your desire to materialize. You are stepping into the version of yourself where it already exists. Most people live their lives believing they must work towards their desires, striving, hoping, and wishing. But this is backward thinking. The moment you place something outside of yourself as something to be attained, you create a gap between you and it. And as long as you perceive that gap, it remains unfulfilled. The key is to assume that what you desire is already yours. Not in the future, not someday, but now. You must take on the feeling, the inner knowing that your wish is already accomplished. Think of someone who is wealthy. They do not wake up wondering if they will have enough. They do not question whether or not they can afford something. They live with the quiet confidence of abundance. It is not an effortful state. It is natural to them. If you desire wealth, you must assume the state of the wealthy person now. You must walk, talk, and think from that reality, not towards it, from it. This is not pretending or daydreaming, this is embodiment. There is a distinct difference between hoping for something and knowing it is already yours. Hoping keeps it at a distance. Knowing draws it into your world. The law of assumption states that when you fully accept a reality within yourself, the outer world has no choice but to reflect it. It is an unbreakable law. Many have used this truth to transform their lives. A man who was struggling with financial hardship did not focus on his lack, nor did he wait for some external force to change his conditions. He assumed wealth. He did not merely say the words, he felt it. He moved through his day with the confidence of a man who already had everything he needed. He made decisions as though money was not an issue. He spoke, acted, and thought from a place of financial security, and soon opportunities arose, ideas flowed, and wealth found its way to him. The world conformed to his new inner state. The same principle applies to health, relationships, success, everything. If you desire love, you must assume you are already loved. Not that love will come, but that it is already present in your life. You must feel the warmth, the joy, the fulfillment of being in that perfect relationship. The one who constantly wonders when love will arrive is assuming its absence, and so it remains absent. But the one who knows they are deeply loved will see it manifest effortlessly. Your only job is to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. This is not hard work. It is simply a shift in awareness. Close your eyes and see yourself living the life you desire. How do you feel? What do you hear? How do you move through the world? Take that feeling and carry it with you. Let it become your dominant state. Do not waver. Do not look to the outside world for validation. Assume it is done and it must be. Reality is not happening to you, it is responding to you. The moment you shift your assumption, the world shifts to match it. Do not wait for proof. Assume it now, feel it deeply, and it will materialize with absolute certainty. Your mind is like a fertile field, and the words you repeat are the seeds that take root and grow into the reality you experience. The subconscious mind does not question. It does not argue. It simply accepts what it is given. It is the silent architect of your life, constructing your experiences based on the thoughts, beliefs, and affirmations you feed it. The more you repeat something, the more your subconscious mind accepts it as truth, and once it accepts something as truth, it must externalize it into your world. Most people unknowingly use this principle against themselves. They repeatedly affirm things they do not want, reinforcing limitations and struggles without realizing they are the ones keeping these conditions alive. They say, "I can never catch a break," "money is hard to come by," or "I always attract the wrong people." These words, spoken over and over, imprint upon the subconscious mind, which then ensures that reality mirrors these assumptions. It is not a matter of luck or fate. It is simply the law of repetition in action. But what if you use this power consciously? What if, instead of reinforcing lack and limitation, you began to affirm abundance, success, and happiness? The same law that keeps people stuck can also set them free. The subconscious mind does not care whether you are affirming wealth or poverty, love or loneliness. It will accept whatever you tell it, provided you repeat it enough times. Repetition is the key. When you first begin affirming a new belief, it may feel unnatural. You may not yet believe it, and your current reality may contradict what you are saying. But this does not matter. The subconscious mind does not work with logic. It works with persistence. If you continue repeating a statement, eventually it will bypass the conscious mind's resistance and become embedded as a deep-rooted belief. And once something is a belief, it becomes effortless. Consider someone who has achieved great success. They did not get there by accident. Consciously or unconsciously, they affirmed their success long before it was visible. They spoke words of confidence, certainty, and achievement. They persisted in these declarations until their mind accepted them as fact. And once their mind accepted them, reality had no choice but to align. The secret is consistency. You cannot affirm something once and expect immediate results. Just as you do not go to the gym once and expect a transformed body, you must train your mind with repetition. Every time you say, "I am wealthy," "I am loved," or "everything works out for me," you are reinforcing a new mental blueprint. And just like water carving stone, repetition will reshape your subconscious patterns over time. The best way to use this power is to make affirmations a part of your daily life. Say them when you wake up, throughout the day, and before you go to sleep. Write them down, speak them aloud, think them in your mind. The more you immerse yourself in these new thoughts, the faster they take hold. Even if doubt arises, continue. Even if your current circumstances seem unchanged, persist. Your mind is always listening, and with enough repetition, it will believe what you tell it. Many people have transformed their lives with this simple practice. They have gone from lack to abundance, from loneliness to love, from struggle to ease, all by repeatedly affirming a new reality until it became second nature. And once something is second nature, it manifests effortlessly. You do not need to force change. You only need to persist in speaking what you desire until your subconscious mind accepts it. Once it does, it will work tirelessly to make it real. This is the power of repetition. What you say consistently, you become. Speak wisely, for your words are the seeds of your future. Words alone do not create reality. Feeling does. You may repeat affirmations 1,000 times, but if they are empty words without feeling, they remain lifeless. It is the emotion behind your words that gives them power. Your subconscious mind is moved not by mere repetition, but by the intensity of belief and feeling attached to what you say. Think of a moment when you felt deep love, overwhelming joy, or immense gratitude. Those emotions were so real that they shaped your entire perception of the world in that instant. Now, imagine applying that same intensity of feeling to the things you desire. If you can feel the reality of your wish fulfilled before it physically appears, you set the wheels of manifestation in motion. The universe does not respond to your words alone, it responds to the energy behind them. Most people live in a cycle of desire and doubt. They want something, but as they affirm it, they feel lack instead of fulfillment. They say, I am wealthy, but their inner feeling is one of scarcity. They say, I am loved, but deep down they feel alone. This is why many struggle to manifest their desires. They are speaking one thing, but feeling another, and it is the feeling that manifests. The law is not that you get what you say, it is that you get what you feel to be true. Feeling is the secret ingredient that transforms a mere thought into an unquestionable reality. If you want to manifest wealth, you must not only affirm it, you must feel wealthy now. Walk as though you already have all that you need. Feel the relief, the security, the excitement of abundance flowing through your life. If you desire love, you must feel the warmth, connection, and joy of being in a loving relationship now. The world cannot bring you something you are not already feeling within. This is why visualization is so powerful. When you close your eyes and see yourself living your desired reality, do not just see it, feel it. Engage all your senses. If you're manifesting success, imagine the feeling of shaking hands with someone congratulating you. Hear their words of praise. Feel the satisfaction in your heart. If you're manifesting a new home, feel the texture of the walls. Hear the sound of your footsteps echoing in the rooms. Breathe in the fresh scent of the space. The more real it feels to you, the faster it must come to pass. Doubt is what delays manifestation. When you affirm something but feel the opposite, you are sending mixed signals. The key is to persist in the feeling of your wish fulfilled until it becomes natural. In the beginning, it may feel like you are pretending, but as you continue, your subconscious mind begins to accept it. Once your assumption feels natural, your world shifts to match it. Have you ever noticed how a person deeply in love glows with happiness? Or how someone who truly believes in their success moves with confidence before they even achieve it? This is the power of emotion in action. They are not waiting for external proof. They feel it first and reality follows. You do not need to see evidence to believe. Believe first and the evidence will come. This is the essence of manifestation. It is not about waiting for circumstances to change before you feel joy, wealth, or love. It is about generating those emotions now so that your reality has no choice but to conform. Whatever you desire, feel it now. Immerse yourself in the joy of having it. Let that feeling become familiar. Speak your desires with deep conviction, not as something you hope for, but as something you already possess. Once you make the shift from wishing to knowing, from hoping to feeling, your manifestation becomes inevitable. Reality must match the state of mind you dwell in. Choose to dwell in the state of already having what you seek, and soon the world will reflect it back to you. The world you see around you is not fixed. It is merely a reflection of the beliefs you have previously held. Everything in your external reality, from the circumstances you face to the people you encounter, is a projection of the assumptions you have accepted as true. But here is the key. What you see now is only the result of past thoughts. It is not a permanent condition, nor is it a limitation. If you wish to change your life, you must learn to ignore what is currently in front of you and place your focus entirely on the reality you desire to create. Most people live reactively. They look at their circumstances and allow them to dictate their thoughts and emotions. If they see lack, they feel poor. If they see rejection, they feel unworthy. If they see failure, they assume they are incapable. But this is the trap, believing that the world is happening to them, rather than realizing that they are the ones shaping it. They remain stuck in a cycle, reinforcing what already exists by continuously acknowledging and reacting to it. To manifest a new reality, you must break this cycle. You must stop giving so much attention to what is and instead focus on what you want to be. This is not about denial, it is about shifting your awareness. If you desire wealth but your bank account shows otherwise, do not dwell on the number you see, do not speak of it, do not stress over it, and do not allow it to define your state of mind. Instead, assume the feeling of already being financially abundant. Walk as if you are already living in that reality, and let your emotions align with it. When you understand that the physical world is nothing more than a mirror of past beliefs, you gain the power to transcend it. Just as a mirror cannot change on its own, your external world will not shift until your internal assumptions do. If you stand in front of a mirror frowning, you cannot wait for the reflection to smile first. You must smile, and then the reflection will change. The same is true with your life. You must first become the person who has what you desire in mind and feeling before the outer world reflects it back to you. This requires discipline. It requires you to refuse to be fooled by appearances and instead place your faith in the unseen. The moment you declare something is yours, the process of its manifestation begins. But if you allow doubt to creep in, if you look around and say, "I don't see it yet, so it must not be working," you undo your progress. The seed is planted the moment you assume your desire as real. You do not dig up a seed every day to check if it is growing. You trust the process. You water it, nurture it, and know that it will emerge in time. Faith is the bridge between your current reality and the reality you desire. It is the ability to believe in what you do not yet see and persist in that belief until it becomes visible. Those who master this principle understand that reality is fluid, not fixed. They do not allow temporary circumstances to shake their conviction. They know that if they hold fast to their assumption, the world must conform to it. This is why the most powerful creators are not those who react to the world, but those who shape it by holding unwavering belief in their vision. They do not wait for evidence before they believe. They believe first, and the evidence follows. When you grasp this, you will no longer be controlled by what is. You will recognize that what is has no power over you unless you continue to give it power with your attention. Ignore the current reality if it does not align with what you want. See it for what it is, a passing reflection of old thoughts, not a life sentence. Dare to believe in the unseen, to persist in your new assumption, even when there is no physical proof. And if you do this consistently, the world will have no choice but to shift in response. Your faith in your new reality makes it real. Hold on to that, and soon, what once was unseen will become the only reality you know. Close your eyes for a moment and listen, not to the world outside, but to the voice within. That voice, the one speaking to you even now, is the architect of your reality. Every word it utters is a blueprint, shaping your future moment by moment. And so I ask you, how do you speak to yourself? Do you declare victory, or do you whisper defeat? Do you claim abundance, or do you murmur lack? The unseen force that governs this world responds not to effort, but to belief. Belief expressed through the words you repeat, the emotions you feel, and the certainty with which you declare them. From this moment forward, let your inner voice speak only of the finished result. Speak to yourself as if your wish has already materialized. Say, do not speak of waiting, for waiting only creates more wait. Do not speak of trying, for trying acknowledges struggle. Instead, declare. And as you say these words, feel the truth behind them. Let them sink into the depths of your being until they are the only reality you know. For what you persistently affirm with feeling must be made manifest. It is law. The world is but a mirror, reflecting your innermost thoughts and beliefs. Speak to yourself as one who already has everything, and soon the world will bow to your conviction. And speak as the master of your destiny. The words you speak to yourself hold immense power, more than you may realize. Every thought, every phrase you whisper in the quiet moments of your mind acts as a seed planted in the fertile soil of your consciousness. And like any seed, these words will take root, grow, and eventually manifest into the reality you experience. So many spend their days unconsciously affirming the very things they do not want. They say, "I'm struggling, I never have enough, things never work out for me," and then they wonder why life seems to echo these statements back at them. But life is only reflecting what has been persistently sown in the mind. If you continuously affirm lack, struggle, or limitation, the world has no choice but to reflect those conditions back to you. The external world is merely a shadow of the inner one. What if you chose to speak only of what you desire? Imagine waking up each morning and declaring, "Today everything flows in my favor," or "I am always at the right place at the right time." Even before physical evidence appears, if you persist in this inner dialogue, the world will begin to rearrange itself to match your belief. The mind is like a garden, and just as a gardener carefully selects the seeds they wish to plant, you must be mindful of the words you impress upon your subconscious. No gardener in their right mind would plant weeds and expect roses to bloom. Yet this is what many do when they allow negative, fearful, or doubtful words to dominate their inner world. If you do not take control of your self-talk, your mind will default to the weeds of worry and limitation. But you have the power to uproot those weeds and replace them with the seeds of abundance, confidence, and success. It begins with awareness. Start listening to yourself. Pay attention to the words you repeat, especially in moments of stress or uncertainty. If you catch yourself speaking in ways that affirm lack or limitation, stop immediately and replace those thoughts with new ones. If you say, "I can't afford this," shift to "money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways." If you think, "I never get opportunities," change it to, "Doors are always opening for me." This is not just positive thinking, it is the art of deliberate creation. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It simply accepts whatever is repeated with feeling. When you persistently affirm something, you are training your subconscious to accept it as truth, and once it does, reality must conform. This is why you must guard your self-talk as if your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Your words are creating pathways in your mind, setting the course for what will unfold in your life. If you affirm struggle, struggle will become your reality. If you affirm ease, ease will manifest. It is law. In the beginning, changing your inner dialogue may feel unnatural. You might catch yourself falling back into old patterns of speech. Do not be discouraged. Just as a gardener must consistently tend to their plants, removing weeds and nurturing the seeds they have sown, you must remain diligent in cultivating your inner world. The more you persist, the more natural it becomes. Eventually, speaking words of abundance, success, and happiness will feel as natural as breathing. And one day, you will wake up to find that the seeds you once planted in thought have bloomed into a life beyond your wildest dreams. You will look around and realize that everything you spoke with conviction has come to pass. The power was always in your hands, or rather, in your words. When you desire something, the greatest mistake you can make is to approach it from a place of lack. To ask, to beg, or to plead implies that you do not have it. And if you do not have it in your mind, you cannot have it in your reality. The key to manifestation lies in the certainty of already possessing what you seek. You do not wait for it, you declare it as already yours. Think about this. When you order a meal at a restaurant, you do not beg the waiter to bring your food. You do not doubt whether it will arrive. You simply place the order and go about your conversation, knowing that what you have asked for is being prepared. Your desire must be treated the same way. The moment you declare it as done, it is set in motion. But many struggle with this concept because they rely too much on their physical senses. They look around and see no evidence of their desire, so they assume it is not yet theirs. This is the very trap that keeps them stuck. Reality is always a reflection of past thoughts, not present declarations. If you continue to affirm what is rather than what you have declared, you will remain bound to your current circumstances. The secret is to shift your identity. Instead of being the one who wants something, be the one who already has it. Do not say, "I hope I get this job." Say, "I already have the perfect job." Do not say, "I wish for more money." Say, "I am financially abundant." This is not mere wishful thinking. It is aligning yourself with a version of you that already exists in a reality where your desire is fulfilled. And it is not enough to simply say the words, you must feel the truth of them. Imagine in detail what it is like to already have what you want. How does it feel? What do you see, hear, or experience in this fulfilled reality? The deeper you immerse yourself in the feeling of already having it, the faster it must materialize. This is where faith comes in. Faith is not hoping, nor is it wishing. It is the unwavering belief that what you have declared must come to pass. Faith is standing firm in your knowing, even when the outside world seems unchanged. The moment you let doubt creep in, you undo your own work. But when you persist in the assumption that it is already done, reality has no choice but to reflect your conviction. Imagine a person who desires success but constantly says, "I am trying to be successful." That very statement implies that success is something they have not yet attained. Contrast this with the one who says, "I am successful." The latter may not yet see physical proof, but by claiming success as their identity, they set events into motion that will inevitably make it so. The universe does not respond to effort, it responds to certainty. When you embody the reality of already having what you desire, the world bends to meet that assumption. People, opportunities, and circumstances shift in ways that you could not have planned. This is why you must never concern yourself with how your desire will unfold. That is not your role. Your only responsibility is to declare it, feel it, and trust that it is already done. So, do not ask, do not wait, do not wonder when it will happen. Declare it as already yours. Walk as if you already have it. Speak as if it is already part of your life. Let every thought and word align with the version of you that has already received it. And when you do this consistently, reality will adjust, and what once seemed distant will become your present experience. One of the greatest obstacles to manifesting your desires is the mind's obsession with the how. The human tendency is to question, analyze, and try to control every detail, as if sheer effort and planning will force reality to comply. But manifestation does not work this way. Your job is not to figure out how your desire will come to pass. Your only concern is the end result. The unseen power that governs all things will take care of the details. Consider the growth of a tree. When you plant a seed, you do not dig it up each day to check how it is growing. You do not demand to know how the soil, the water, and the sunlight are working together. You simply trust the process. You plant the seed, nurture it, and allow nature to handle the rest. This is exactly how manifestation works. Your desire is the seed. Your belief nurtures it. The unseen forces of creation handle the how. So many make the mistake of interfering with the process. They set a desire in motion, but then immediately begin doubting. How will this happen? Where will the opportunity come from? What if it doesn't work out? These thoughts are like pulling the seed out of the soil before it has a chance to grow. When you focus on the how, you introduce resistance. You send a message to the universe that you do not fully trust that your desire is already on its way. The truth is, the how is beyond your current comprehension. The paths, circumstances, and connections that will bring your desire into being may not yet exist in your present awareness. If you try to force a certain method or predict the way it will unfold, you are limiting infinite possibilities to the narrow scope of your current knowledge. But the unseen power that orchestrates all things is not bound by these limitations. It can bring you what you desire in ways you cannot imagine. Think back to times in your life when things aligned perfectly without your interference. Perhaps you met the right person at the right moment, or an unexpected opportunity arose just when you needed it most. These are reminders that unseen forces are always at work. The same intelligence that moves the stars, that causes the seasons to change without fail, is the same intelligence that will manifest your desire. But it requires your trust. Your role is simple. Decide what you want. See it in your mind's eye as already done. Feel the joy, the relief, the satisfaction of having it, and then let go. Release the need to control or predict. Act as if it is already yours and go about your life with confidence. The moment you detach from the how, you free up space for the unseen power to work on your behalf. Detachment does not mean you do nothing. It means you move forward in alignment with your desire without desperation. You listen to intuition. You take inspired action when prompted, but you do not chase, force, or doubt. You do not worry when things seem slow or if circumstances appear unchanged. You remain unwavering in your knowing that your desire is already done and the how is unfolding in the perfect way and at the perfect time. Many fail to manifest because they try to micromanage the process. They demand to see progress. They obsess over timing. They grow impatient when things don't happen as expected. But manifestation does not operate on human schedules. It unfolds in divine order, and often in ways that surpass all expectations. When you truly understand this, you will no longer waste energy trying to figure out the how. You will rest in the certainty that the moment you desired it, it was already set into motion. You will move through life with the quiet confidence that what is meant for you is making its way to you now. And one day, without warning, you will look around and realize it has arrived. And it happened effortlessly, just as it was always meant to. When you speak of your desires, your words alone are not enough. Words without feeling are hollow, powerless echoes that fade before they ever reach the depths of creation. It is not merely what you say that shapes your reality. It is what you feel behind the words. If your declarations lack emotion, they are nothing more than lifeless sounds. But when your words are infused with deep conviction, certainty, and unwavering belief, they become a force that commands reality itself. Imagine two people saying the same phrase, "I am wealthy." One speaks the words mechanically, without emotion, filled with doubt. He says it, but inside he feels the exact opposite. He feels lack, worry, and disbelief. His words have no creative power because they contradict the feeling within. The other, however, speaks the same phrase with absolute certainty. When he says, "I am wealthy," he feels it. He allows himself to experience the joy, the security, and the freedom that come with wealth. Even if his outer world does not yet reflect it, he feels as though it is already true, and because he feels it, his reality must conform. This is the difference between wishful thinking and true manifestation. If you simply repeat words without engaging your emotions, you are like a person planting seeds in dry, barren soil. Nothing will grow. But when you speak your desires with genuine feeling, you water the seed, nourish it, and give it the energy it needs to flourish. Feeling is the language of creation. The unseen power that shapes all things does not respond to empty words, it responds to the energy behind them. This is why children manifest effortlessly. They do not simply wish, they believe with all their being. When a child pretends to be a superhero, he feels like one. He does not need external proof, he simply steps into the role with full conviction. And in that moment, he is the superhero. This is the same principle you must apply when speaking your desires into existence. When you declare something as already done, you must feel it as though it is already true. If you desire love, do not merely say, "I am love." Feel the warmth of love surrounding you. Imagine the embrace, the joy, the deep sense of connection. Let it fill every cell of your being. If you desire success, do not just say, "I am successful." Feel the pride, the confidence, the satisfaction of achievement. Walk as if success is already yours. The stronger your emotional connection to your words, the faster they will become your reality. Doubt is the only thing that can weaken your manifestations. If you say, "I am abundant," but deep inside you feel lack, struggle, or disbelief, you send conflicting signals. The universe does not give you what you say, it gives you what you believe and feel. This is why so many people struggle with manifestation. They repeat affirmations but never shift their internal state. They speak of abundance while feeling scarcity. They declare love while feeling unworthy of it. Their emotions betray their words, and as a result, nothing changes. The secret is to immerse yourself fully in the experience of your desired reality before it appears. Feel the gratitude, the relief, the excitement as if it has already happened. If you struggle to connect with the feeling, use imagination as your tool. Close your eyes and see yourself living the life you desire. Hear the conversations, touch the objects, smell the air around you. Engage every sense until your body responds as though it is real, because to the subconscious mind, there is no difference between what is real and what is vividly imagined. And once your subconscious accepts it as true, reality will align to make it so. So when you speak to yourself, do not speak mechanically. Do not go through the motions of affirmations without conviction. Let every word you declare carry the full force of belief. Let every syllable be charged with emotion. Let your heart, your mind, and your soul agree with the truth of your words. And when you do, the unseen power that governs all things will move to bring your desires into form. Because what you truly feel is what you inevitably become. Your thoughts are the architects of your reality. Every word you speak and every belief you hold is shaping the world around you, whether you realize it or not. But for manifestation to work in your favor, you must be unwavering in your focus. You cannot declare success one moment and then sink into worry the next. You cannot speak of abundance while feeling lack, or affirm love while dwelling on loneliness. These contradictions create resistance and prevent your desires from manifesting as quickly as they could. Imagine planting a seed in the soil and then every few hours digging it up to check if it has started growing. Each time you do this, you disrupt its natural process. It never gets the chance to root itself deeply enough to sprout. This is exactly what happens when you affirm your desires but immediately contradict them with doubt and fear. You set an intention, but before it has time to take form, you pull it back with thoughts of uncertainty. The moment you question if or when your manifestation will come, you are digging up the seed before it has had a chance to grow. Many people sabotage their own manifestations without realizing it. They start the day feeling confident, declaring that everything is working in their favor, but as soon as they encounter a small inconvenience or a delay, they slip into frustration and worry. Why isn't it happening yet? What if things go wrong? What if I never get what I desire? These thoughts directly oppose the reality they were trying to create. It is like stepping forward and backward repeatedly, never making any real progress. To manifest quickly and effectively, you must train your mind to remain fixed on the reality you desire. You must become disciplined in your thinking, refusing to entertain doubts, fears, or anything that contradicts your chosen reality. If you declare that you are wealthy, then you must refuse to dwell on thoughts of financial struggle. If you affirm that you are healthy, you cannot give power to worries about illness. Your words, feelings, and actions must align with the reality you wish to experience. This does not mean ignoring challenges or pretending that difficulties do not exist. It means choosing to focus only on solutions, possibilities, and the end result. It means refusing to let temporary setbacks shake your faith. No matter what appears in the outer world, you must remain steadfast in the belief that your desire is already yours. The physical world is simply a reflection of past thoughts, and any delay is only an illusion. If you persist, reality will have no choice but to conform to your dominant state of mind. Think of a person who is truly confident in their success. They do not question whether they will achieve their goals. They know it is inevitable. They do not allow temporary setbacks to shake their belief. They remain focused, unwavering, and emotionally stable. This is the kind of mindset you must cultivate. Speak as if your desire is already done, and refuse to contradict yourself with worry, doubt, or impatience. If you find yourself slipping into old thought patterns, gently correct yourself. When worry arises, replace it with certainty. When doubt creeps in, reaffirm your belief. Remind yourself that the unseen forces are always at work, orchestrating everything in perfect timing. Trust that once you have declared your desire, it is already set into motion. Your reality is a direct reflection of your most consistent thoughts and feelings. If you keep your mind fixed on success, abundance, and fulfillment, those things will become your experience. But if you waver between faith and fear, you will slow down your own manifestations. The key is to be unwavering. Hold on to the vision of your desired reality with absolute certainty and never let go. When you do this, what you seek will come to you, not slowly, not with struggle, but with the effortless certainty of one who knows that reality must bend to the power of an undivided mind. The mind is like fertile soil, ready to grow whatever is planted within it. The thoughts and words you repeatedly affirm are the seeds that take root and shape your reality. This is why repetition is the key to reprogramming your mind. If you wish to change your life, you must first change the inner conversation that plays in your mind every day. And this change does not happen overnight. It happens through persistent, deliberate repetition, morning, night, and throughout the day. Consider how you formed your current beliefs. They were not created in a single moment, but through repeated exposure to certain ideas. If you grew up hearing that success requires struggle, you likely accepted that as truth. If you were told that money is hard to come by, that belief took root. The mind learns through repetition, whether consciously or unconsciously. Now, to transform your reality, you must use this same principle, but with intention. When you wake up in the morning, your mind is in a highly receptive state. This is the perfect time to speak to yourself in a way that aligns with the life you desire. Before reaching for your phone, before engaging with the world, declare what you wish to be true. Say it out loud, say it with certainty. I am abundant. Everything I desire flows to me effortlessly. I am loved. I am successful. Do not merely repeat words. Feel them as true. The way you begin your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Throughout the day, continue to reinforce these affirmations. When doubt or negativity tries to creep in, replace it immediately with a stronger thought. If you find yourself thinking, "What if things go wrong?" correct it instantly. Everything is always working in my favor. The more you repeat these truths, the deeper they take root. Before you sleep, engage in the same practice. In the moments before drifting off, your mind is in a state of deep suggestibility. What you impress upon it during this time will sink into your subconscious and begin shaping your reality. Instead of replaying the worries of the day, use this time to affirm your desires as already fulfilled. See yourself living the life you want. Hear the conversations, feel the emotions, experience the joy as if it is real. This is not just positive thinking, it is an active reprogramming of your subconscious. Repetition is what turns a new thought into an unshakable belief. The first time you affirm something, it may feel unnatural. Your mind may resist it because it contradicts what you have believed for years. But do not stop. Just as a drop of water can carve through stone over time, repeated affirmations will break through the old mental patterns that have held you back. The more you repeat, the stronger your new reality becomes. Think of the great musicians, athletes, and masters of any craft. They did not achieve greatness through occasional effort. They trained their minds and bodies through relentless repetition. The same principle applies to the art of manifestation. You must train your mind to accept your new reality as fact. Speak your desires into existence until they become so familiar, so natural, that your mind accepts them as the only truth. This is why so many people struggle with change. They affirm something once or twice and then give up when they do not see immediate results. But transformation requires persistence. Your current beliefs were not formed overnight, and they will not be undone overnight. However, with steady, unwavering repetition, you can rewrite any belief, change any circumstance, and manifest any desire. Speak to yourself daily, morning, night, and every moment in between. Let your words become the rhythm of your mind, the foundation of your reality. The more you affirm, the more deeply it takes root. And once a belief is rooted, reality must conform to it, because the outer world is always a reflection of the inner world. Speak your truth with conviction, repeat it without hesitation, and watch as your world transforms before your eyes. Everything you desire is already within you, waiting to be realized. Your words, your thoughts, and your beliefs are the architects of your reality. When you speak with unwavering conviction, when you declare your desires as already fulfilled, when you refuse to entertain contradictions, and when you repeat these truths daily, you are reshaping your world from the inside out. Manifestation is not about hoping, wishing, or waiting. It is about knowing. It is about aligning your mind so completely with your vision that reality has no choice but to conform. The unseen power that governs all things is always at work, responding not to empty words, but to the deep felt conviction behind them. Speak to yourself with intention. Speak only of what you want, never of what you lack. Train your mind through repetition, and do not allow doubt to disrupt what you are creating. Stay focused, stay faithful, and remember, what you affirm with certainty must come to pass. Thank you. Tonight, as you lay your head on the pillow, you are not the person you were this morning. No, you are stepping into a new reality. A reality where wealth is yours, where money is an effortless extension of your being. Before you drift into the realm of sleep, speak these words. Not as a mere wish, but as an unshakable truth. I am one with infinite abundance. Money flows to me freely, effortlessly, and continuously. I give thanks for the wealth that is already mine. I am financially free. I am rich in mind, rich in spirit, and rich in reality. Feel the truth of these words in your body, not as a hopeful dream, but as a reality already in motion. See yourself holding money, spending it freely, feeling at ease, knowing there is always more than enough. Doubt may whisper, but where will it come from? Ignore it. Your task is not to chase money. It is to become wealth in consciousness. The moment you assume it is yours, the universe has no choice but to comply. Breathe deeply, letting go of all resistance. Feel the sensation of financial security wash over you. Let the feeling become so real that you can touch it. Now as sleep takes you, carry this state into the depths of your subconscious. For what you assume in the silence of the night will manifest in the light of day. It is done. Wealth is yours. Sleep well in the knowing that abundance is already on its way. The moments before sleep are the gateway to your subconscious mind, a fertile ground where the seeds of your beliefs take root and grow into your lived experience. Every night, as you transition from wakefulness to slumber, your mind becomes highly impressionable. absorbing the last thoughts and emotions you entertain. This is the secret to true manifestation, understanding that your subconscious does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It simply accepts and manifests what you persistently impress upon it. Consider the power of this knowledge. If you fall asleep worrying about lack, debt, or financial struggles, you are watering the seeds of scarcity. Your subconscious, like a faithful servant, will take those impressions and seek to recreate them in your external world. This is why so many remain trapped in cycles of financial hardship. They unknowingly affirm it every night before drifting into sleep. But the reverse is also true. When you deliberately impress your mind with abundance, prosperity, and financial ease, your subconscious accepts it as fact, setting unseen forces in motion to bring it to pass. It is not wishful thinking. It is a law of mind that cannot fail. Your only responsibility is to plant the right seed and nurture it with unwavering belief. How then do you impress wealth upon your subconscious? The key lies in feeling and repetition. Words alone have little power unless they are charged with emotion. If you simply recite affirmations without conviction, they are empty sounds. But if you declare, "I am wealthy, money flows to me effortlessly," and truly feel the reality of those words, your subconscious will take it as a command. The feeling of already having wealth is the bridge between imagination and reality. To harness this power, you must make it a nightly ritual. As you lie in bed, let go of the worries of the day. Empty your mind of doubts and fears, for they serve no purpose other than to hinder your progress. Close your eyes and imagine yourself in possession of great wealth. Do not merely see money, experience the joy, the security, the freedom that comes with it. Imagine yourself paying bills with ease, generously giving to others, living in the home of your dreams, or holding large sums of money in your hands. The more vivid and real this experience feels, the deeper it will be imprinted upon your subconscious. Some may argue that this is mere fantasy, but the truth is, all reality begins in the unseen. The world you experience today was first shaped in the mind, whether consciously or unconsciously. The home you live in, the job you work, the relationships you have, each of these were once mere thoughts or beliefs that have materialized. This is why it is critical to guard your final thoughts before sleep. If you have spent years reinforcing the idea of lack, do not be discouraged if change does not happen overnight. Just as a deeply rooted tree does not fall with a single push, old beliefs require persistence to uproot. But with consistency, your subconscious will begin to accept the new reality you impress upon it, and soon the external world must follow suit. There is nothing you need to do beyond this. The mind, once properly directed, will orchestrate the necessary events, people, and opportunities to bring your assumption into form. You will find money coming to you in unexpected ways, new doors opening without effort, and circumstances shifting to align with your new inner state. The external world is a reflection of the inner world, and by mastering the art of impressing wealth upon your subconscious, you reshape your destiny. Each night as you surrender to sleep, remember this: you are the architect of your reality. What you impress upon your mind in these sacred moments will shape the days, weeks, and years ahead. Choose to sow seeds of prosperity, and you will awaken to a life of abundance. Manifestation is not about mere words or empty affirmations. It is about embodying the feeling of your desire already being fulfilled. Your reality is not shaped by what you say, but by what you feel to be true. Feeling is the key that unlocks the power of the subconscious mind, allowing your desires to take form in the physical world. When you assume the emotional state of wealth, abundance, or success, you shift your inner reality, and in time, your external world must conform to match that assumption. To truly manifest money, love, health, or any desire, you must move beyond wishful thinking. Many people approach manifestation as if they are begging for what they want, constantly reaffirming their desires with a sense of lack. They say, "I want more money," but behind those words is an underlying feeling of scarcity. This is where they go wrong. The subconscious mind does not respond to words alone. It responds to the dominant emotions behind them. If your affirmations carry a feeling of desperation, you are not affirming abundance, you are reinforcing lack. This is why feeling is the secret. Imagine yourself already living the life you desire. If wealth is your goal, do not think of money as something distant, something you need to attract. Instead, feel as though you already have it. Close your eyes and step into that version of yourself, the one who is financially free, who moves through life with ease, who never worries about bills or expenses. How does that person feel? How do they walk, speak, and think? What emotions flood through them when they know they are completely secure? At first, this may seem like mere imagination, but understand this: the mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. When you fully immerse yourself in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, your subconscious accepts it as reality and begins to shift your world to align with it. You will be drawn to new opportunities, unexpected financial blessings will appear, and your circumstances will transform not because you forced them to, but because you embodied the state of already having. The reason so many struggle with manifestation is because they remain attached to their current conditions. They look at their empty bank account, their unpaid bills, and they feel stuck. But manifestation is not about reacting to the present, it is about creating the future. If you allow your current reality to dictate your feelings, you will continue to attract more of the same. Instead, you must discipline yourself to feel the reality you wish to experience, even before it appears. This practice requires faith. Not blind faith in an external force, but faith in your own ability to shape your reality. It means assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, even when the physical evidence has not yet arrived. You do not wait for money to show up before you feel wealthy. You feel wealthy now, and then money comes. You do not wait for success before feeling accomplished. You feel accomplished now, and then success follows. A simple yet powerful way to cultivate this feeling is through visualization. Each night before sleep, enter a relaxed state and see yourself already possessing what you desire. Do not just see it. Feel it. If you desire wealth, imagine holding large sums of money in your hands. Feel the texture of the bills. Hear the sound of them as you count them. Experience the excitement and security that comes with financial freedom. Let it be so real that you could almost touch it. Once you capture this feeling, carry it with you throughout your day. Move through life as if you are already that wealthy person. Speak with confidence, make decisions from a place of abundance, and refuse to entertain thoughts of lack. The more consistently you dwell in this feeling, the faster it will materialize in your reality. This is the secret to manifestation. Assume the emotional state of already having, and your world must rearrange itself to reflect that assumption. Your feelings are the blueprint from which reality is built. Choose wisely what you allow yourself to feel, for in those feelings, your future is being shaped. The moments before sleep hold a power few truly understand. As you drift into slumber, your mind enters a state of deep receptivity, where the conscious mind fades and the subconscious takes over. It is in this state that you plant the seeds of your future, for the thoughts and feelings you carry into sleep will shape the reality you wake up to. If you desire wealth, you must learn to live in the end before sleep. See yourself already in possession of the riches you seek. Feel the security, the confidence, and the gratitude that come with having it. Most people go to bed thinking about their worries, the unpaid bills, the financial struggles, the uncertainty of tomorrow. And so their subconscious, ever faithful in bringing forth what is impressed upon it, recreates those same struggles day after day. They do not realize that they are reinforcing lack simply by allowing those fears to dominate their final thoughts at night. But when you understand the power of the subconscious, you no longer drift into sleep passively. Instead, you become deliberate, using this sacred time to impress upon your mind the reality you wish to experience. You must move beyond wanting and step into having. There is a vast difference between the two. Wanting implies separation. It affirms that you do not yet have what you seek. But having is a state of fulfillment. The subconscious does not respond to idle wishes, it responds to conviction. As you lie in bed, do not think of wealth as something distant, something you must attract. Instead, assume it is already yours. See yourself as the person who has already achieved financial freedom. Picture it vividly. Imagine waking up in the morning in the home of your dreams, feeling the comfort of luxurious surroundings. Envision checking your bank account and seeing an abundance of money. Hear the sound of financial advisors discussing investments with you. Feel the satisfaction of paying bills effortlessly, of giving generously, of living without financial concern. The more real this scene feels, the more deeply it will be impressed upon your subconscious. But visualization alone is not enough. It must be accompanied by feeling. Emotion is the language of the subconscious. If you see yourself wealthy but feel nothing, your mind will not accept it as real. You must feel the joy, the relief, the confidence that comes with having money. Let gratitude fill you as though the wealth is already in your hands. This is the secret. You do not wait for money to arrive before feeling wealthy. You feel wealthy first, and then wealth comes. This practice is not about forcing anything to happen. It is about shifting your inner state. so that the external world has no choice but to conform. The subconscious does not question, it does not analyze. It simply accepts what is impressed upon it with feeling and repetition. When you persistently assume the feeling of wealth each night before sleep, the subconscious begins to align your reality with that assumption. Opportunities arise, unexpected financial blessings appear, and circumstances shift in ways you could not have predicted. Doubt has no place in this process. You may not see immediate results, but do not be deceived by appearances. The moment you plant a seed in fertile soil, you do not dig it up the next morning to check if it has sprouted. You trust that it is growing beneath the surface. The same is true with manifestation. Once you impress your subconscious with the reality of wealth, you must trust that it is taking root. Each night is an opportunity to reshape your future. If you truly understood the power of your final thoughts before sleep, you would never waste another night dwelling in fear or lack. You would use this time to step into the life you desire, to live in the end as if it were already yours. And soon, what you once imagined will become the reality you wake up to. Your words are not just sounds, they are the architects of your reality. Every word you speak carries energy, shaping the world around you in ways you may not yet fully comprehend. The subconscious mind is always listening, always receiving the impressions you give it, and it does not distinguish between truth and falsehood. It accepts whatever you consistently affirm as fact and works tirelessly to bring those affirmations to life. This is why the words you speak before bed are so crucial. They become the seeds of tomorrow's reality. Most people unknowingly use their words to affirm lack and limitation. They say, "I can't afford this," or "money is hard to come by," without realizing that these statements are reinforcing scarcity in their subconscious mind. And so life continues to mirror these beliefs back to them. They struggle financially not because wealth is out of reach, but because they have unknowingly declared their struggle into existence. The words they repeat become the conditions they live in. To change your financial reality, you must first change the way you speak about money. Instead of affirming struggle, begin affirming abundance. But do not speak these affirmations as mere wishes. Speak them as undeniable truths. When you declare, "Money flows to me effortlessly," do not say it as if you are hoping it will happen someday. Say it as if it is already your reality. Feel the truth of these words as you speak. "The money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. I am open to limitless financial opportunities." Your logical mind may resist. If your current financial situation does not reflect abundance, you might feel as though you are lying to yourself. But understand this: you are not affirming what is, you are affirming what is becoming. You are not bound by your present circumstances. Your words are planting new seeds, and with persistence they will grow into the wealth and prosperity you desire. The best time to do this is just before sleep. As your body relaxes and your conscious mind quiets, your subconscious becomes highly impressionable. This is the moment when your words carry the most power. If you fall asleep while affirming abundance, your subconscious will spend the night working to align your reality with those affirmations. Over time, you will begin to notice small shifts. Unexpected financial opportunities, a new sense of confidence around money, an inner knowing that you are on the path to wealth. But affirmations are not just about repetition, they are about feeling. Words alone will not change your life if they are spoken without belief or emotion. When you declare, "I am financially free," you must feel the freedom of that statement. Imagine how it feels to live without financial worry. Experience the joy, the relief, the excitement of unlimited wealth. The stronger your emotional connection to your words, the faster your reality will shift to match them. Your spoken word is a decree to the universe. It sets energy into motion, shaping the unseen forces that govern your life. This is why you must be mindful of every word you speak, not just before bed, but throughout the day. Speak as if wealth is already yours. Remove phrases like "I can't afford it" from your vocabulary. Instead, say, "I choose to invest in things that align with my abundance." Speak of prosperity, not poverty. Declare financial freedom, not financial struggle. And above all, persist. Transformation does not happen overnight, but with consistent, intentional affirmations. Your subconscious mind will accept wealth as your new reality. Once it does, your external world will shift accordingly. Money will begin to flow to you effortlessly, and you will see with absolute clarity that the words you speak create the life you live. The greatest obstacle to manifestation is the need to control how it happens. The mind, conditioned by years of logic and limitation, constantly asks, where will the money come from? How will it happen? What steps should I take? But this need to know the process is precisely what blocks the flow of abundance. The subconscious mind does not operate through reason or logic. It works through faith, through assumption, through the unwavering belief that what you desire is already yours. When you plant a seed in the ground, do you dig it up each day to check if it is growing? No, you trust the process. You know that beneath the soil, unseen forces are at work, bringing forth life. Manifestation works in the same way. Your job is not to dictate the process, but to assume that your desire is already fulfilled. The moment you start asking how, you introduce doubt. And doubt is the enemy of creation. The subconscious does not require instructions. It does not need you to figure out every step. It only needs you to live in the feeling of already having what you desire. When you assume the feeling of wealth, your subconscious mind accepts it as truth, and the world around you reorganizes itself to reflect that assumption. The means will come in ways you cannot predict, through unexpected opportunities, chance encounters, sudden insights, but none of this can happen if you are fixated on controlling the process. Most people block their manifestations because they are trapped in the belief that wealth can only come through logical, predictable means. They believe they must work harder, struggle more, or follow a set path dictated by society. But true wealth, the kind that flows effortlessly, comes from alignment, not effort. It comes when you release the need to control and trust that the universe knows exactly how to deliver it. Letting go of the how does not mean you do nothing. It means you act from a place of faith, not from a place of fear or desperation. You follow inspired action, the quiet nudges, the inner impulses that guide you effortlessly toward your desires. Sometimes these impulses make no logical sense in the moment, but when you trust and act on them, you will find that they lead you exactly where you need to be. The key is to maintain the state of already having what you desire. Before sleep, imagine yourself as already wealthy. Feel the joy, the relief, the freedom that comes with financial abundance. Do not concern yourself with how it will come. Simply assume that it is done. Your subconscious mind will take care of the rest. Doubt will try to creep in. The logical mind will attempt to convince you that you are being unrealistic. But logic is limited and manifestation operates beyond logic. The wealth you seek already exists in the unseen. The moment you stop questioning, the moment you stop resisting, it will begin to take form in your physical reality. Trust the process. Let go of the need to know every step. Assume it is done, and the path will reveal itself in ways more miraculous than you can imagine. As you prepare to sleep, you stand at the doorway between the conscious and the subconscious. This is the most powerful moment of your day. The moment where you can impress your desires onto the unseen forces that shape your reality. Whatever state of mind you enter sleep with, your subconscious will accept it as truth and work tirelessly throughout the night to bring it into form. This is why you must not go to sleep in worry, doubt, or fear. Instead, you must sleep in the state of the wish fulfilled. Imagine for a moment that you are already wealthy, not that you will be wealthy someday, not that wealth is coming, but that it is already here. As you lay in bed, close your eyes and feel the presence of abundance all around you. Picture yourself checking your bank account and seeing more money than you could ever need. Imagine the relief of knowing that every bill is paid, that every financial burden has been lifted. Feel the freedom of never having to worry about money again. Do not just see it, feel it. Feel the security, the joy, the deep sense of gratitude that comes with being financially abundant. Let that feeling wash over you as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Breathe in wealth, breathe out any lingering doubt. Let go of any thoughts of how it will happen. Simply assume that it is already done. As you drift into sleep, remain in this feeling. Do not allow your mind to wander back to thoughts of lack, uncertainty, or frustration. If those thoughts arise, gently bring yourself back to the state of already having. Remind yourself that the subconscious does not distinguish between real and imagined. It only accepts what is impressed upon it with feeling. And so the deeper you sink into the experience of being wealthy, the faster this reality will take shape in your waking life. Most people go to sleep worrying about money, about bills, about debts. They carry these fears into sleep. And their subconscious, ever faithful, works overnight to reinforce those conditions. It ensures that they wake up to the same financial struggles, the same stress, because that is what they have impressed upon it. But you are no longer one of those people. You now understand that sleep is a tool, a gateway to transformation. Each night you are given a new opportunity to reprogram your subconscious. The old patterns of lack and limitation no longer have power over you. Now you deliberately choose abundance. You consciously decide to sleep in the state of wealth, and in doing so you instruct your subconscious to reshape your world accordingly. This practice may feel unnatural at first. Your mind may resist, whispering doubts, questioning your belief, but you must persist. Just as a seed takes time to grow beneath the soil before it emerges as a plant, your inner transformation will take time before it fully manifests in the physical world. Trust the process. The most important part of this practice is consistency. It is not enough to do it once and then revert to old habits. Each night, as you lay down to sleep, make it a ritual to immerse yourself in the state of already having. With time, this feeling will become second nature, and when it does, your external world will shift to match it. There is no force greater than the subconscious mind, and there is no moment more powerful than the state between wakefulness and sleep. Use this time wisely. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Let it saturate your being, and then surrender to sleep. The universe will take care of the rest. Everything you desire is already yours the moment you assume it to be. Your subconscious mind does not question except what you impress upon it, especially in the moments before sleep. When you let go of doubt, when you release the need to control the how, and when you persist in the feeling of already having, the unseen forces begin to shape your reality accordingly. Wealth is not something you chase. It is something you align with. It is not about working harder or forcing circumstances to change. It is about becoming the person who already possesses the wealth you seek, and the fastest way to do this is by sleeping in the state of the wish fulfilled. Each night as you close your eyes, you have the power to reshape your destiny. Speak abundance over your life, feel it as real, and trust that the universe is working in your favor. Your only task is to assume it is done. Everything else will fall into place. Thank you.